Hi everyone, this is Julianne Victoria of Through the Peacock's Eyes. Welcome to my channel. This is the video series for the Uranus and Taurus transit for each astrological sign. Now, Uranus did enter Taurus last May of 2018, but he retrograded back into Aries, and he officially enters his long-term stay in Taurus in March 2019. Now, he will be there until April 2026, except from July 2025 when he moves into Gemini, but then he retrogrades back into Taurus in November 2025 until April 2026 when he officially moves forward into Gemini. So for these readings, so they will be my Astro Tarot Scope / Oracle Scope. So going along with the unconventional energy of Uranus, I've picked out, I've actually already done it and prepped the decks, a different deck for each astrological sign based on the energies I was feeling. And then I actually went through and redid it because I felt like the energy shifted. So I have the decks all shuffled and prepped for you. I will shuffle a little more on screen. While I am shuffling, I will discuss the Uranus transit in your sign. And you can listen to these based on your sun sign, which is my focus. You can also listen to them based on your moon sign, if that's very strong for you, or your rising or ascendant sign. And this is coming from the Western astrology perspective, if you're wondering. I did make a video discussing the how and what to listen to when you listen to general Western astrology horoscope. So I'm going to link that on screen here towards the end of your video for your sign. Because sometimes if you're listening to your ascendant or rising sign, it can be off, and that depends on the degree of your rising sign and how your house lays out. So I'll link that video on screen if you want to check it out. I think that's all I wanted to say here. Again, I'll be using either a tarot or an oracle card deck for your sign. I will do a 3-card spread. Discuss the astrology while I'm shuffling, and then do the tarot or oracle card reading for the guidance that you need for your sign for this very long-term Uranus in Taurus transit. All right, everyone, thank you for watching and enjoy your Astro Tarot / Oracle Scope. Hi Capricorn, welcome to your Astro Tarot Scope for the Uranus and Taurus transit. So Uranus and Taurus is transiting your 5th house, and 5th house is the house of creativity, the house of your passion, the house of doing what you love. It's also the house of romance and children. So Uranus brings in sudden, unexpected energy, unconventional energy into this house for you. So I will say, for Capricorns who don't want children, take precautions, because Uranus transiting here could be like, surprise, I'm pregnant. So take precautions if that's something you don't want to happen. For those of you who've been trying to have children or get pregnant, or maybe even it's adopting a child, it could suddenly happen. Even especially if you've sort of like given up or it's been disappointing up to this point, it could just suddenly happen for you. So if that's what you're hoping, I hope it happens for you. When it comes to romance, it could be, yes, suddenly like you meet someone and you go on a few dates and then it disappears just as quickly. It's unlikely that, you know, suddenly meeting someone, being swept off your feet is going to be the relationship for you. Doesn't mean it can't be that, but the Uranus energy affecting romance, be cautious. I will say be cautious. Yeah, if you're just suddenly swept off your feet and taken away, stay grounded. That's what I'll say. Stay grounded. It may just be a 1-2 date thing and then it fizzles out. So kind of like what I said with the Uranus transiting 7th house energy, the house of relationships, with Uranus transiting your 5th house Capricorn, take your time. If you fall madly in love with someone, or it's like the knight in shining armor energy, but the knight in shining armor isn't commitment focused. So take your time. If you feel like, oh, I just met someone and he's like the most amazing, or she's like the most amazing, and they gave me flowers and this and that. No, it's perfect. It's wonderful. It's my knight in shining armor or my lady in waiting. Take some time and make sure it's real. because the Uranus energy can make it suddenly, you fall out of love just as quickly. So keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to creativity and doing what you love, what you're passionate about, that's the strongest energy of this house for me. Of course, it's in the, the sign of Taurus, which is very creative. Capricorn, you may surprise yourself. You may surprise yourself in something you create over this transit. And it is a 7-year transit. So all this energy I'm talking about isn't going to be experienced every month, every year of this 7-year transit. But it will occur here and there throughout. At the beginning, at the end, it'll be different for each Capricorn out there. But you just might surprise yourself and other people with what you can create, whether it's artistic creativity or just creating something you're passionate about doing. And I am getting the energy that some Capricorns may just suddenly be like, you know what? My passion in life is no longer what I'm doing. I'm going to make a sudden sharp turn and do this other thing that I'm really passionate about that I want to do or create. Okay, so let's see. That's the astrology of this transit. Let's see what advice, guidance, God, Spirit, the universe has for you, Capricorn, through the tarot for this Uranus and Taurus, your 5th house transit. Okay. All right, so it's a 3-card spread. Okay, so for your reading, I've chosen the Tarot of the She. Okay, it's definitely the main focus here is on shifting your passion in some way, whether it's that plays out eventually in your career or a hobby or something else you do. It's about being, I want to say, being more true to the things you love, the people, the things, and the stuff you do that you truly love, that you're truly passionate about. And that shift can be sudden with the Uranus energy. It can surprise you that you feel this way. It can surprise other people, or it just happens at a time when it's unexpected. Okay, so the first card we have here is the Dreamer Princess, which would be like the Page of Swords, and it's the gift of telling. And I like how it's a little shiny, but she's blowing the leaves. So it's like she had them piled up in her hand. And the gift of telling. These are very shiny cards, so hopefully you can see it okay. What is the story you tell yourself, Capricorn? What is the story of that? What is the story you have had that you've told yourself about your life and what you want to create and do with your life? And what is the true story you want to tell now? So the leaves can represent bits and pieces of the story of your life. What bits and pieces now need to blow away with the wind? And what bits and pieces might stay? And what new bits and pieces might you create? So what is the story that you want your life to be over the next 7 years, we'll say? What are the things you're passionate about that you want to accomplish, that you want to do, that you want to experience and create over the next 7 years? Write it out, Capricorn. What is it and how is it you want to create yourself and your life now? Not based on old stories, but new stories, and new stories that may come in over the next 7 years. It may surprise you as you write it out. Okay, the next card you have, Capricorn, is Dreamer 8, which would be the 8 of Swords. And it's called the Web of Mirrors. And this is sort of reflecting, haha, pun not intended, but pun intended, reflecting what I said with the gift of telling, the Dreamer Princess. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and see the web that you want to create that is your life. Now there is web, you've created your life up to this point, so you have this web of your life. But you may realize as you reflect upon this, as you write your story out of what you want to create, or the foundation upon which you can create, So you don't need to write out all the specifics of the next 7 years. You don't know. It's going to be unexpected. It's going to surprise you. But as you reflect upon that, you may realize, wow, I've been continually weaving this web, and I'm done. I'm done with that. And you may reflect and be like, oh, here's a part of me that I have not yet created, or a passion within me I have not yet begun to weave, and I want to weave that now. So reflect upon this, and you can see, she looks distressed in the card, the woman with the spider legs, right? She looks distressed. So there can be some of the shake-up energy of Uranus maybe within yourself, Capricorn, like, oh my gosh, I so identified with that web I wove of my life, but now I'm done with it for whatever reason, like it's just done, or I don't identify with that, and now it could a little bit of shake-up of who you think you are. But look at the new that you want to create and weave that web. Okay. Now the next card, the third card you have, Capricorn, is Dancer Queen, which would be the Queen of Water, and it's the gift of truth. And I just want to say, honor your truth. So this is emotions. Honor the emotions that come up as you work through this process. Honor the ways you may be shooken up within as you realize, you know what? I want to totally change my career path. I want to totally change, what I create with my life. I'm not passionate about this anymore. I'm passionate about that. So honor the truth of your emotional guidance. All right, Capricorn. I like your spread. I really do. Wishing you much luck. Follow your passion, even though it may surprise you and surprise other people, but wishing you much luck over the next 7 years with this Uranus and Taurus transit. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll see you back here soon.